what direction you want to go in right now. Like, I have a bunch of different topics, but go ahead, throw out there what you want.
Legends.
That was one of them.
Oh man, you sent me the message and you were like, it's so good tonight. And I waited until the next morning, and man, you undersold it. Like, oh.
I'll tell you what, Constantine just fucking elevated that whole fucking episode.
I liked the fact that it was like half a Constantine episode and half a Legends. You know what I mean? Like, it had that same sort of vibe that the old Constantine show had, and oh man, it was. And you can't pick out a single person that didn't have like a great time. You know what I mean? Like, Mick was awesome, Constantine was awesome, Sara was awesome, and continued her streak of banging everybody. Like, not only did she bang Constantine, but you found out that she's also up in the Time Bureau chick. Like, Sara is just a straight up pimp.
You know, the one thing that I really liked, you know, over the last so many episodes, they've really been pushing the shit out of Mick. Like, his character has really just taken off, and he's really been,
absolutely.
You know, they've been pushing him as, you know, more of that breakout character and giving him a bigger role each week. Where this week, they really toned him back, but he was still in a standout role. Like, they made him the head on the ship while everybody else was gone, but he was, you know, typical Mick fashion, just sitting back, drinking some beers, watching football, and that was perfect for him. It was just a perfect role for his character, and they let other people shine who they haven't given the chance to. Like, we haven't seen Ray really do nothing in a long time, and
right.
we got Ray back out there, you know, getting into the action finally.
I love when Ray and Steele are like doing their nerd thing together. I'm like, yo, that's how me and my friends are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're so awesome together. Like, I could probably do without Isis and Dixon and all that storyline, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that I dislike about it. I'd rather see some more funny stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It was. Hey, I did have one complaint, okay, and the complaint was that this girl was in the coffee shop and she was speaking like a demon and growling and shit, and there was stuff breaking and flying across the room everywhere. It was supposed to be 2017 Star City. There's never been more heroes in Star City than there is in 2017, and nobody showed up. Like. You know what I mean? Like, no Wild Dog, no Mr. Terrific, no Black Canary, no Arrow. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
well, you know, the three of them are too busy, like, hiding out in Helix, keeping to themselves.
Right. Them little bitches. Oh, man. But it was such a good episode, man. It was probably the last time that we'll ever see Wentworth Miller as Leonard Snart, Captain Cold, Citizen Cold, whatever you want to call him. And the fact that they brought him back to play like a gay version of him who's went left to go get engaged to the Ray. They never forced it down your throat. And Mick didn't even give a shit. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, you still my boy. Like, you know what I mean? It was very natural. And you don't see that in TV a whole lot anymore. It's usually very sort of in your face and, you know, you have to like this. But it was awesome. Like,
I thought the gay version of Captain Cold was a better character than the straight version of Captain Cold.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I've been rewatching that video that I made, and that episode where he's like King Shark, that's adorable. Like, his delivery is so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, he fucking owned that character. Like, nobody will ever do it the way he did it again. You know what I mean? Like, he was your enemy and also your best friend at the same time. Like,
but it was even funnier when he was gay with the hand gestures and all that. It was just.
Absolutely, dude. It was awesome. I'm hoping that we see the Ray again, but I mean, we're down some characters. You know what I mean? Like they think there's some spaces on the ship.
Right. So we're going to be getting. We know we're getting Kid Flash, which I'm guessing he'll be popping up possibly this week or next week or something. And who's the other spot? Who we going to get for the other spot?
Well, now look at it. Snart's gone. Stein is gone. Jax is gone, and Rick is gone. You know what I mean? Like that's 4 people that have left. You know what I mean? Like they could bring theoretically 3 more people back. You know what I mean? I was hoping that it was going to be the Ray because his powers are very similar to Storm, so it wouldn't be too. You know what I mean? Like they basically have the same skill set. I wouldn't be surprised to see something happen with Constantine, though. It was insanely popular.
I'll tell you what. I mean, they'd be a fool not to, because I think this past week's episode was just off the hook with positiveness. Everybody loved it so much. It seemed like, like it'd be a no-brainer, like not to have him back on there.
I mean, I can see where I know he's doing the cartoon for CWC. And they probably don't want him to come on full time because maybe that distracts from his own story and stuff. But he should be at the very least a annual Constantine episode. You know what I mean?
Oh, without a doubt.
And if they could start to time it somewhere around Halloween, it would be even better. Right? What about Cole, dude? He was like, "I'm gay, not blind." Man.
He called her hot. He called her straight up hot.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? You can't disagree with that. Oh, man.
I'll tell you what is the one storyline on there that really, like, it's on my nerves is, I guess it's Vixen. Like the whole thing with her, with this her granddaughter, or whatever the hell it is, the water girl.
Yeah. Well, you're right. That's what I was saying earlier. The whole thing with her, and also the thing with her and Nate. Like, I don't really care about that. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that she is gonna leave eventually. She has to. You know what I mean? And I think they're really just doing it for the totems. You know what I mean? Like, because now they have 3 of them on the ship, and she said that she knows where fire is and earth, but they don't know what the 6th totem is. And I think it's going to be Sara.
Yeah.
She's going to be like death, the death totem, or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because she died and came back. She, the Lazarus pit and all that. Like, it almost makes sense the way he wants her, and you know what I mean? Like,
oh boy,
man. Just, it was a phenomenal episode. Just so much fun.
It really was. It's just one of the things where I still shake my head. I shake my head, but I guess scratch my head like, these comic book heroes are on TV now.
Right. And crazy ones that you never thought you'd see before. You know what I mean?
Dude, we could start a Green Arrow. Who the fuck would think Green Arrow would be a television show? He barely made it onto the Super Friends as a cartoon character.
Absolutely. We haven't had Batman or Wonder Woman, dude, but we've had Firestorm and Citizen Steel and so many others that you never would have thought. The Royal Flush Gang. Come on, Bronze Tiger was on Arrow. Like, oh man. It's never been a better time to be a fan of comic books and comic book shows, if you can just get out of your own way. Like, the angry fanboys, they don't know what they're missing, because while they're gritting their teeth and, you know, talking shit about every episode, like, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And that sucks for them. You know what I mean? Like, Supergirl is the highlight of my week. Like,